things have played out?
So far, I'm not very happy with my performances so far. Even my victory, I wasn't really happy with it. And I think it's because I have made being in the UFC and fighting my full-time job. It put a lot of pressure on me. It was a lot of, I have to win. I have to do this. This is what I do to feed my kid. This is how I'm going to pay my bills. It put a lot of pressure on me. And I felt so many nerves before all of my fights, just way more than I've had. And I think I have like 50 fights. It's way more. And at first I just thought it was because I was in the UFC. But I realized it's not necessarily that. It's just because what I've made it in my life. I made it my job, and it's no longer the fun thing that I used to do anymore. So since then, I've made some changes. I got a new thing where I'm making money, and now this can be the thing I do for fun now. It doesn't have to be the thing that I provide for my family and all that stuff.
Such an interesting balance, right? Because you, as an athlete, you want to be able to have as much time as you can to train, but you're certainly not the first person that said that. Like, the mental side of it is just grueling if that's like all you have and that's all you focus on, right? So I guess how did you figure out that's what needed to change?
It was just the last fight. I just realized, like, I was just so worried about my daughter. I just kept thinking about my daughter, about like, oh, I have to win. I have to. I want to provide all these things, and I want to be a provider, and I just clicked finally, I guess, and it took 4 fights or 3 fights, unfortunately, but I'm glad that I finally got there because I feel great right now. I feel my last fight, I was nervous a week out before the fight. I was laying in bed and my heart is just beating out of my chest, and I'm not even in Vegas. I'm laying in my bed. He's not going to just jump out of the closet and get me. And it's never about the fight. It's just always about the outcome that makes me nervous, and I keep thinking about these what ifs. But this one, I just feel so good, and I know the nerves are eventually going to come. And I mean, eventually, I hope they do, right? A little bit, but it's nowhere near like it was last time, where it was just so overwhelming. And by the time I got in there, I was broken.
So the time off between fights, was that just kind of to take time to get all this stuff sorted out and like this new section?
No, it's actually, I thought I hurt my elbow in it, and then I went and seen a specialist, and the specialist said, yeah, you need surgery. And then I went, but he said he wanted to send me to another guy who specializes on it, and I went to see that guy, and he said, you don't need surgery. So I kind of went to this thing where I thought I was going to have to get surgery, and I didn't have to.
All right, so you get matched up. Alan Baudot is an opponent. Interesting because he's had some decent performances but maybe not results. What have you seen in his tape, or what do you think about him as an opponent?
As far as him as an opponent, I think that he fights a lot like Cyril Gahn in the way that he kind of is on the retreat. I think sometimes he pressures forward, but he always falls back to what he defaults on, and that's fighting very similar to Cyril. And styles make fights. I think that style is really good for me because I am much better when people are backing up. I've traditionally had a harder time, or historically rather, when people pressure me. And now I gotta wait for, or worry about takedowns and all this other stuff. And I've realized that, like, the person who's winning the fight is usually the one that isn't reacting to somebody else. If you're reacting to what I'm doing, you're not doing what you want to do, and I'm winning. And I think he's a person that does a lot of reacting to what other people do.
So in this fight, like, what is success for you? I mean, obviously, I guess victory is always success, but is it more just about, like, getting through fight week and not feeling pressure, or just feeling happy? I mean, are you measuring success outside of just win and loss?
I think success for me is going in there and having fun, but also one big thing is I wanted to enjoy this week because, like I said before, I just never enjoyed it. I worked so hard to get in the UFC and accomplish these things, and I was so excited to get there, and then when I get here, it's miserable, right? So I'm really grateful to be here and to take it in and actually enjoy it, the 4th fight in. But worst case, maybe it doesn't work out the way I planned, and it is what it is, but at least the last time I was here, I got to really take it in and enjoy it and appreciate what I've done.
The last thing for me, I guess, heavyweights, we know the fights can end pretty quickly on either side, but what type of fight are you anticipating? Is this one that you think might go longer? Is this one that you think you can get out of there early? What type of fight do you think we see?
I think it'll probably be a long one. I would rather it not be and be pleasantly surprised. I'm probably just saying that so it doesn't happen. So I don't have to work out for 15 minutes. That really sucks.
Hey Josh, after your last fight, you like really raw, and you wrote about your loss on your Instagram, and you said like 10 days you felt different, and then you had to like you like rushed to get some self affirmations, and you tried to get a hypnotist and stuff. Like, kind of expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, I just tried to like the self affirmation, just repeating things to myself. I'm grateful to be here. All I can control is my effort. All those things are really important, but like I really tried to crunch them in at the last minute there because I was freaking out. I was having a freak out, and I don't know what it's called, but there's something where people can only take on stress for so long, and then you eventually just can't hold on to that stress anymore. It's kind of like you see real world situations where like people really care about this one thing for a week, and then you don't ever hear about it again. It's because people just can't hold on to stress that long. It's just like your body's natural defense. And by the time I got there, I was just tired and broken, and I just didn't even care. I just wanted it to be over. I was sick of it, right? And it was funny because after I left and I went to the back, people were like, okay, we'll see you next time, Josh. I'm like, no, you won't. I'm done. I'm never coming back here. But after I got away from the situation, I'm like, no, I don't want to end that way. I love it. I know that if I can fight the way that I want to fight and have fun, I know that I can do big things here, and I'll be proud of my performance.
You've kind of like talked about it, right? But like you worked your ass off so hard to get to the UFC, man. Like you did it tough, and then you did the Contender Series, and you went back to the Contender Series, and you finally make it. And then is it just like the stress and the expectation of being a UFC fighter, or like or are you still trying to like find out like what led you to your first 4 performances?
Like I said, I think it's just because like this is my job now, and I don't know about you guys, but I've never really enjoyed a job in my life, right? So when I made it my job, it's like, oh, this is not fun anymore. This is not the fun. That's not the thing I do on the side for fun that I enjoy. So I'm hoping that that's what makes me feel better, and I'll perform how I want to perform because it's the fun thing again. It's my leisure time.
Gotcha. And then finally, this is the last fight on your contract, right?
Yes, it is.
So does that? I mean, I want to like give you more stress, but like, is that more stress just thinking about that? Like, you have to go out there and you have to win.
No, it's not more stress on me. And I said before, like the affirmation thing. Like now, I actually feel that like all I can do is give my all, give everything that I can. What I have is a lot. I have a lot to give, but I'm not super. If it doesn't work out how I planned it, I'm obviously gonna be devastated. But like, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on me. It's not like I have to win. I have to go out there and I have to perform and win. It's like, instead, I have the opportunity to go out there and win and perform, and I have so many opportunities to have fun out here and do exactly what I wanted to. It's not like I have to. It's a thing that I can do.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.